This video is about The Little Shop of Horrors. In our production of the musical The Little Shop of Horrors, I played Orin Scrivello, who is a dentist, and he is the abusive boyfriend of Audrey, and Audrey is the love interest of the main character, Seymour Krelborn. So he is a minor villain in the show. As the part I had two songs as Orin. The main song, I Am Your Dentist, which was really fun. That's my solo song. Apart from that, I sang it with the three Skidettes. And the other one was It's Just the Gas, which was a duet with Seymour, When I Die. For the character, the character's over the top. The whole show is very B-movie, so really daft performances, although the script, with a note from the playwright, said the show is always funniest when the actors are playing it serious, although it's ridiculous. So I tried to always do that with that. I never performed it as though it was stupid. The character always sees it as fully serious. The performance of the character, of course, as with anything, a musical, you always look at other people who play the character, but the main inspiration for how to play it came from the song I'm Your Dentist, which is a kind of doo-wop rockabilly era song. So I based the character initially on Elvis Presley, and I gave the character a southern drawl, which came out in how the song was sung, and then how I spoke throughout it. And then a lot of the movement came from that, a strong swagger, lots of pauses, and things like that. And then the biggest way the character moves, I owe to Haley Thompson, who played Audrey 2, and Abby Henderson, who was the co-director, because they had the idea of the character being really choreographed, and everything he says has a movement to it, step by step, almost like a dance. And the first time he comes on and he talks to the Skidette, says, "Excuse me, ladies." So it was, "Excuse me, ladies, which way to 30?" And then the arms come with it, and the words and movements work together. So I owe that all to them. That was absolutely brilliant. And then that the foundation for the character was set, and I just built upon that. The part when I'm talking to Seymour, well, my bike's outside, and as I say that, I put my leg over as though I was straddling the bike, even though it wasn't there, and then put the hands up and revved it. The character's a bully, so the only characters I was on with, apart from the Skidettes, were Seymour and Audrey. So whenever I was with Seymour, I would drag him around, I would put my arm around him and pull him, punch him on the arm, punch him on the chin, and then stuff like that. And of course there were two Seymours to work with, Max Shaw and Philip Graham. So I worked with both of them, and the scenes were slightly different depending on how they did it, how they chose to perform it, even though most of the blocking was the same. The song I'm Your Dentist, that was fully done on that choreographed movement, and everything was set to it, so that kind of set how the character was. so I would try and match my movements almost even to the song. So there's a point where the pitch goes down. It goes, my boy, I think someday, and that, not that note, but I do that, and that's when I unzipped my jacket to reveal that I'm the dentist. The other song, it's just the gas. Was done less choreographed because the character is intoxicated throughout it. I wore this mask, this ridiculous science fiction looking mask that was supposed to be Orin's gas mask, I was frantically laughing in hysterics from the gas throughout that. The problem was that I couldn't hear anything with it on. I could hear my own voice echoing back, and I couldn't hear the music. And I am quite unhappy with that song because a lot of it was out of time. I mean, the pitching was fine, and the Seymours, I would manage to pull it back to where it was, but with the mask on now, I was going over it, try it with the music turned up, or I would be silent momentarily to try and find the bass, but that was something I wish I could have overcome better. I did a bit, but not enough. I also did some small characters as well. I was a bum at the start, which just consisted of I was on as the audience were coming in, along with a few others, had a jacket on and a beard, and was drinking from a bottle, and a bit of improvising, looking in the bins and things like that, and then a song and dance with Downtown, and then later I was Bernstein in the Meek Shall Inherit, and then an executive at the end who takes the Audrey 2 and reproduces it. And both of them I was playing with the characters right until the end, and trying different things and trying different costumes on. Does this jacket look right with this shirt and stuff like that? And just that was just mess about. I was just having fun and doing it in the dressing room, and trying little different characters. And in the end, I did what I was happy with. I did Bernstein as this really energetic camp man who I wanted to contrast with Max Shaw did Skip Snape, and he did a camp character as well, but it was more of an arrogant, aggressive character. So I was trying to contrast that, and I had it really nice. And I did this little walk, and for the executive to the end, I tried to contrast that, and that was more of a macho character, and had a fag hanging from a lip and some shades, and a shirt with all my chest out and stuff. With the songs I was listening to, the backing tracks repeatedly on my phone, and the original tracks going over with whoever I was singing with all the time, and trying different things, different movements that could go with it, different enunciations with the voice and stuff, and I gave them each different accents. As I say, Orin had a southern Texan drawl. Bernstein was more of a Midwestern sort of accent, and the executive at the end I gave a Brooklyn twang, but to show diversity, if anything else. And that was The Little Shop of Horrors, which was very successful. All the characters were great. The casting was fantastic. Plant was great. And as for the actual show, I don't think I really made any significant mistakes.